Facts. Jerry Don Mosley and Cammie McAdams married and had 3 children together. McAdams also had a daughter from a prior relationship. During the period September 1997 through May 1998, Mosley and McAdams were legally separated and Mosley had weekend visitation rights to all 4 of the children. Mosley confessed that over this time he engaged in sexual intercourse with his stepdaughter on at least 3 occasions while he was exercising his child visitation rights. She was born on October 1, 1985 and was, therefore, 11 years old during a portion of the applicable time period when he was engaging in prohibited sexual acts. Mosley was indicted for the aggravated rape. The state notified the defense of its intent to seek the death penalty. Through a plea bargain, Mosley entered a plea of guilty to 3 counts of aggravated incest, which are individually punishable by a fine not to exceed $50,000, or imprisonment, with or without hard labor, for a term not less than 5 years, nor more than 20 years, or both. On each count, the district court imposed a sentence of 20 years at hard labor, 10 years of which to be served without benefit of parole, probation, or suspension of sentence, or good time. The court also imposed, on each count, a fine of $1,000 plus costs, with 1 year default time, and ordered Mosley to pay for all of the victims' counseling. The court directed that the sentences on counts 1 and 2 be served consecutively, and that the sentence on count 3 be served concurrently.
This is the parole board that's meeting. We're in Baton Rouge. We've already introduced staff here. We're at David Wade. We've introduced staff there. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with this next hearing. Who we have before us is a fellow by the name of Jerry Moseley. Is that correct? Are you,
yes, sir.
You Mr. Moseley? Okay, Mr. Moseley,
Yes.
we don't have anybody that's going to be speaking on your behalf, but we do have one person, the victim, who will be speaking, and also the victim's mother will be listening via Zoom, and both of them by Zoom. Only one of them will be speaking. So when we're through with what I'm going to ask you, then I'm the lead on this. I'll ask some questions after we've heard from everyone. And then the other board members will ask questions, and then we will vote. And it takes a unanimous vote to either grant or deny. Otherwise, it's denied. And so having said all that, Mr. Moseley, what I'd like you to do is to start out and tell us exactly why you're there, why you think you're worthy of being paroled in this particular case. So go ahead and take it away.
Okay. Okay. Well, being here is because I did a bad thing, with Stephanie, my victim. So she was a good kid, and she just wanted somebody to let her be her dad. And I took advantage of that there, and turned around with it. She actually had sex with me. But for the first 24 years I was locked up in here, I was more or less in denial, so we're justified for my own self. They all went as bad as it was. Well, anyhow, I really got to seek God on it and show me what really was going on. So over 2 years ago, God opened up my eyes to I was a monster. From things He showed me, I was nothing but a monster. I robbed Cynthia of her childhood and was very, very mean to her. And I wasn't nothing but, and I deserved to be locked up at that time. Now, whether I deserve to stay locked up, of course, I don't think so, but that's not up to me. But I really did deserve to be locked up. And in that time being locked up, it just helped me to come to realize what I had done, the depth of what I had done, and what to do to keep that from ever happening anymore.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm very sorry for what I've done to Stephanie. If you can hear me, I'm sorry. If I could take it back, I'd take it back in a minute. But one thing about it, I can't take it back. It's done and over with. Am I the same person that I was? No, I'm not that same person that I was. And that person definitely did need to be locked up. And the thing is, with all the health issues and stuff that I have, I ain't going to make it much for a long couple of years, about something, I don't know. But I got a lot of things wrong with my health stuff. I got diabetes, having neuropathy, diabetes in my legs. So that's one reason why I'm in the chair. And also was whenever I fell off the hotel where I was working at before I got locked up, it messed up my back. So I've had fluke of nerve damage to that there. And I could get up and walk a little ways. I can't walk very far, and my legs just give way on me, and I fall down. And so I don't know if y'all think I should stay here and die or what, because I mean I really believe that's what become of it. I don't think I have very much. I got cancer, had the skin cancer. The first one that they took out was here on my shoulder, and it was so bad they had to take me to the operating room, cut it out, and then they had to do a skin graft. I stayed in the hospital for 5 or 6 days. But the doctor came to me and talked to me after the fact, and he told me from the type of diabetes, from type of cancer that I had, you get a 5-year expectancy to live. Well, it's been almost 6.5, something like that, and I'm still here, so I don't know when, what that is, if it's true or what, but I got heart disease, I got the coronary artery disease. They've had to put in several stents in my heart, and then I got COPD. That's how come I'm having such a hard time breathing right now. I get nervous or hot or anything. It's really bad. This last year, I've been hospitalized 4 times due to the diabetic neuropathy. I'm not the diabetic from the COP. I'm sorry. I'm nervous as all get out.
That's right.
From my COPD. And so, like I said, I think I deserved to be locked up at the time whenever I was locked up. That was the best. And I'm sorry, if I could change what I've done, simply, I would. I'd change it in a heartbeat. But I can't. I'm so sorry that I hurt her.
Let's move.
I'm so sorry that
I understand you're remorseful and appreciate that. Go ahead and tell us what type of courses or whatever you've taken since you've been there.
Oh, okay. I got my GED. I did a horticulture, and I got a degree in the horticulture. Oh Lord, I did all the sexiness classes that they have me do. Plus, I facilitated. I've taught for 14 years. I taught the classes after I got out. For me to take them, I got bukus of certificates that were different classes I've done here. I've got certificates in AA. I've completed AA. I completed the substance abuse, and I'm in the bed stuff right now. But I got stacks. I don't know if y'all got them. I hope so. I hope y'all got all the certificates that I had. I got a lot of Bible courses up that I've done. Some of them on the spring mailing, some of them in here. But I've done everything that I could think to do to change me. Because I don't want to be no mustard no more. And I don't have the thoughts like I did then. And I praise God. That's all to God. God just blessed me on that. And I want to be able to go out there with what little time I have left and start some kind of life myself. I got a business at the lawn care service. My dad was running, but he died a couple years ago. My sons are taking over, but it's not as big as it was. I did have 10 crews, so I we're down to 2 or 3 crews. I can't remember.
Okay.
But I got me a place. I got a place to live.
Okay, we can see that from all the records that we've been supplied. As I said, in all the hearings, we have your case, everything that happened, what got you there, everything that you've done. But we just like to hear from you, Warden. What you thinking about him?
Well, I've known Jerry for a long time. He came here in 2003 at David Wade. He has completed all of the sex offender treatment phases in that amount of time. He does not have any rule violation reports in the entire time that he's been incarcerated. He's completed anger management, stress management, and has been active in our AANA program for several years. He his employment plan is to do administrative functions in the lawn care business that he just referenced. And his requested residence is in Texas, Rawls, Texas, which we have not submitted any paperwork yet. It's just pending the disposition of the board. But he's no behavioral problem here at David Wade.
Okay, thank you, Warden. Well, let's hear from the victim in this case. Miss Stephanie Harrington, I believe you're going to join us by Zoom. Can you tell us what your feelings are?
Okay, sorry. Thank y'all for allowing me to speak. I debated a lot on what to say today. I could relive everything that has happened to me again, and I don't want to do that. My whole view on this at this point is Jerry has an ending time for his sentence. He has a release date. He has an end pencil writing, whatever, of when his sentence is up. I do not. I live with all of this. Every memory, every scar, every emotional tidbit, everything, every day, and I will live with it until I die. It affects every part of my life. It affects my marriage. It affects me raising my kids. It affects my social interactions. It affects every part of my life, and it's something I will live with for the rest of my life. Jerry has always been one that can manipulate anyone. He can say what he feels that everyone wants to hear. He's always been convincing. That's one reason everything happened for as long as it did. All I've heard today is woe is me from him. I do not, as much as I pray he is remorseful, as much as I pray he has seen the light, so to speak, I honestly cannot say that he's being truthful and honest. I cannot feel that because of my history with him. But I feel that he needs to serve his sentence. If he was remorseful, he would not keep putting me through these hearings. That would be the only way I could see him as actually remorseful, is not having to relive this over and over. And so I am, and I will always be against him being released for parole. So thank you, board, for hearing me.
Thank you for having the guts to come talk to us. It's a stressful thing, and we appreciate that. Okay, now it's time for the board to ask questions, any kind of questions that we might have, since we're concluding this. And as I say before, we had your case, we've had all your certificates and diplomas and all of the information. We've had that for weeks and been able to study that. So we know a lot more about the board, about your particular case, the board knows, than what we've just heard this morning. So rest assured, we've thoroughly thought about this and all. Your case is assigned to me. And so therefore I'll be the lead, and then we'll ask my cohorts here if they would like to have anything to say. All right, let me ask you, how long have you been incarcerated?
26 and a half years.
Okay, and what was your sentence?
Since 40 years.
Okay, it's 40 years. I just wanted to make sure that, because I have all that and I've got it on my piece of paper with my notes, but I just want to hear it from you. So you served 26 and a half years. So roughly, you've served, I don't know what percentage that is, but a pretty good bit of years. Over half.
Over half. Uh-huh.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you something. How did you lose your fingers in jail?
No, sir. I fell off of the hotel where I was working at, busted my back up, busted this arm up. So when they did surgery on that arm, the fingers, it just locked down like that. I couldn't get them to straighten up. The people at the rehab where I was going to said if they could fix them, they took this piece of hot plastic piece of boiling water where it'd be soft and put it on my hands. Well, my whole left side was paralyzed, so I didn't feel
right. You
gangrene.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm sorry about all your health conditions. I mean, I truly am. We heard all of that and I really feel sorry. I have empathy for your sympathy, or whatever the word is, about your health conditions. I was just curious about your fingers, if you'd lost them with your diabetes since you've been in jail or something. But that wasn't the case. Okay, we have strong victim opposition, strong law enforcement opposition, got the attorney general that's got opposition. You had a kidnapping, Bossier City Police Department in '96. What was that about?
96. Oh, well, I can think it wasn't kidnapping. So I came down here. My ex-wife had moved to Minden. So I came down here and seeing the kids. So the kids are telling them they want to be with me. So she tells them all, first to leave her house. So we did. We left the house and was going back to Texas, and then she went and told all the stuff. When they stopped me in Bossier City and was trying to say that I was a flight from officers, but none of that was ever told. Even Stephanie and all the other kids spoke up and said that I ain't kidnapped them, that they was there because they wanted me, and their mama told them to leave, told us all to leave. And so that's what we did. It never was no real kidnapping.
Okay, was that the same stepdaughter?
Yes, sir.
Were y'all involved? Were you involved in a sexual relationship with her at that time?
No, sir.
Wasn't until later?
Yeah, but then later, so after me and Cammy was divorced, and then I moved back to Texas, and then the kids stuff came down there. Look, I didn't have no visitation rights or custody of Stephanie, none whatsoever. So yeah, the kids came down there to Texas. Well, I got to keep them through the summer. Well, Stephanie came to her mom and said if she didn't let her come down there too, she was gonna run off. If she let her come down there.
That's good. I just wanted the cliff notes. That's all I needed. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. I'm just curious about what. I don't have any other questions. Mr. Barra.
It looks like this abuse was reported when she was 12 years old. How long before that were you fooling around with her in any way, shape, or form inappropriately? When did it start?
Okay. It's in November of '97, was 3-4 days before Thanksgiving. November '97 was actually started. And then in May or June is whenever it all, and it was before I got locked up.
I know that. How old was she when it first started? When abuse first started?
12 years old. 12 years old. It was in '97, November '97. And she was 12 years old. She turned 12 in October the 1st of the same year.
And how did you justify that was okay at that point? How did you?
I think I'm ready to all I could figure out was that because I feel like she was willing, that she wanted to do it all stuff, but that was making my own self like that. Then everything was all right. And really for the first 24 years, that's how I tried to justify it to make me feel better. But then whenever I sit down, I really sought God to show me what it was, and that's when I realized that I was a monster. I deserved it to be locked up at that time. And then I took a childhood from her. I hurt her, and I understand that there. I wish I could change it, but I can't.
Okay.
All right. That's the only questions I have.
Okay. Ms. Ledoux? No questions, and I think I've asked all the questions I need to. I'm the one that it's assigned to, and so I get to vote first. And I'm sorry about all of your health issues. I truly am. I know that being incarcerated is not the place to be if you got a lot of health issues, not because the staff doesn't do everything they possibly can, but there are limitations on your medical that when you're not out and can go to any doctor you want to. Okay, so I understand there's limitations. They're doing the best job they can, and I'm sure they're doing a good job. So I got to take up for the medical. I also realize you've been in jail a long time, but you have to, considering the victim opposition, considering law enforcement opposition, the AG's opposition, and considering this is the most heinous thing short of killing somebody that you can do when you sexually abuse or any kind of abuse on a little child, that they got to take the rest of their lives. And I appreciate all the work you've done on making yourself a better person. Sorry about your medical. However, I've got to vote to deny your parole this particular time. Ms. O'Doon?
I concur with Mr. Prater. I do want to note that you have done well with your GED and being a facilitator, and it's important to continue those positive things. And I want to note that in previous hearings, there was a concern about you not accepting responsibility, but it looks like you have come to that point, you've accepted responsibility and, showed remorse. So, but my vote is to deny today based on the other factors of age and opposition.
And I concur. I vote to deny for the same reasons. However, I would recommend that you try and take victim awareness while you're over there, because I didn't hear that being one of the classes that you completed, which I think that would help you.
Yeah.
It's one I'm in right now.
Yeah.
You in it right now? Good.
Yes.
Okay, well, that, as I know that you know, it takes a unanimous vote either way. Otherwise, you're denied. This was unanimous that you be denied. So I wish you well, wish you luck, and I pray for your health. That's the end of this hearing.